I think it makes it real. I think people, again, too, it's like that real bloopers, you know?
The authentic.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
fuck yeah. I wish people put more blooper reels and some shit, and like stuff they fuck up, like especially my favorite.
You know what I wish, and we are recording now. Okay, so hey, welcome to the Keep It. Or wait, what are we calling it this week? Keep It with Toast of the Weird this week. All right.
No, that's isn't that official now? Are we official?
Toast of the Weird is the official title of the podcast, and you don't even follow your own podcast, so we have one follower, and that's me.
How do I not follow? What do you mean? I've done everything every time on Spotify.
I'll go onto your account and we can make it happen.
I think I'm just not making it. I think it's because it's still free.
Let's go over to the dip bar.
I've been doing the free section. They have.
Yeah, mine's free. I don't pay for shit, and I'm still following the podcast. I'm the only follower we have right now, which is awesome. What were we talking about before we got onto the random acts of randomness?
We were talking about ourselves and merchandise, but kind of going out the reading journey, you know, different character.
Oh, we were talking about how it's just raw. That's basically like, I was listening to Rogan, which is part of the inspiration for why we got mics, and we're like, we're on Spotify because Spotify is the greatest recording ever for news podcasters out there, because it really is easy. But he's like, I like it raw. I like the dead space, because he was talking with Ron White, and Ron White asked him, he's like, do you edit this? He's all, no, I like the dead air. I do enjoy the rawness of the
I hate when it's too
one-on-one thing.
Virtual, they're too prepackaged for you a little bit, and you get that feeling again. There's some of the human aspects, like if they drop the water bottle with a fucking laugh, like, don't cut that out.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
It's like some asshole knocking a Pepsi over dinner act. Like, that's just real.
Yeah, well, there's that also that continuity, because people can like edit your words to whatever, but if you're dropping the water bottle in one frame and then there's nothing going on like the next second, you know what happened. They cut that out and they started cleaning it.
Yeah, you get a lot of editing. I don't know, half of the stuff that Joe is really like promoting stuff, or people just AIing his voice a lot. They're like, I am Joe Rogan, this is a clip of me randomly talking, and then I will clip in some product you should buy.
Well, there's the AI Rogan podcast too that's out there, so yes, that is the thing that is happening.
See, I was thinking about that, because we can get our own AI
and then we won't have to do anything. We won't have to do real recordings at all. We'll just sit at home and watch football and drink our beers. It would be cool
for like some stuff, you know, and then like other things. Like, for example, we had some really tricky words. They'd be like, yeah, you fucking computer that shit in there. I don't want to fuck up that.
No, I don't want to computer my words into that. I want to be heard.
There's a lot of stuff like people's names. I don't want to fuck up their names, man. Like,
well, that's to be respected.
Names out there. That's, you know, country names.
That's to be respected.
Exactly.
But if you're from Uganda and your name is a structure of syllables and clicks, and I'm from the States, I'm sorry, but I was not raised in the culture where I can pronounce that correctly. Ever. I will never, ever be able to pronounce that correctly.
Exactly. You just be like, in the name of, in our computer voice, would be like,
not the computer voice, we can have the person say their name.
That's even better.
Just cut that in there. Just be like, this is, you know, whatever it is. But there are some regions of the world that have really difficult names that you won't be able to say just because of our dialect, our accent, you know, language. It's out there. So what? We're human. We're gonna make mistakes. And that's why AI can go suck a fart. Speaking of that, you know how we were like toasting to some weird people? Awesome lady. And I don't think you came up with anybody to toast this week. I didn't come up with anybody to toast. I was gonna say we should tell people to go suck a fart.
No,
we'll toast these weirdos and tell these other weirdos to go suck a fart.
That's good. Yeah, we can suck a fart people, but also again, this is really good. That Japanese snack box. That shit was cool. It's in there. Serious, man.
We're not going to commercialize this until we add commercial segments like through the reviews and the suck apart.
I'm so grateful for real, like, want it or not. Check this shit out. That's a real fucking like plug. Like, you know, paying you to say this. I wish they would be. Hint, hint. Whatever the product. I'm serious. That's how people start off with shit. I've seen so many things start off that way. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how for real you can be like, hey, remember 4 years ago when I told you guys about this? You guys didn't really respond to me. And I can really say wholeheartedly, look in the eye and be like, I've been eating this for 4 years. You know? That's a real review, not like, oh, I magically all of a sudden this product I've been eating. You know, I hate when people fucking do that. I can just tell they're so full of shit. You know, and I don't mind that. You know, I don't mind a little like, hey, you know, I just found this and, you know, reached out to us, whatever, been trying it, that's cool, I like it so far, but not the like, hey, I only drink Fuel Greens and they are the one that I've tried so many products, and I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? And I know the person I'm thinking about, I'm not going to call them out, but it just seems so, very
unauthentic.
Yeah, it's
so,
genuine.
All right.
What the fuck?
So if we're adding commentary, we're protected from a lot of stuff, but I mean, there's always the personal attack lawsuits and all that good shit. So
Exactly. So again,
so the green snot drink that you just named, or whatever it was.
I'm not saying Fuel. Again, it's Fuel with an H. I'm not saying
Fuel.
it's a bad product. I would just like, I've seen this lately, seen it come out, right? And I've seen a podcaster that I like and admire, and I'm just like, the way that the plug was, I'm just like, it just didn't seem very wholehearted, you know what I mean? Like, I think if we had a list of some shit, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, we've never tried Fuel before, but it's right in the realm of this other crap we're already liking and shit, you know? We get, like, just to be able to give a real honest review instead of just like, hey, I randomly suddenly all of a sudden am a health guy and you've never heard me talk. You know what I mean? Like,
we're all of a sudden health guys. You know what we do? We record while we work out. We're not in the health industry at all.
You know what I'm saying?
While we do work out, we enjoy working out and doing dips and pull-ups.
You know what I mean? Like when someone's like,
all of a sudden,
it's just
yes.
bullshit. Just like a little authenticity. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't mind plugging shit. I would love to get paid to plug shit. That's the whole idea of everything, right?
Have you seen the Gabriel Iglesias special yet, where he's at the Dodger Stadium? I've only seen the first hour of this. I intend on watching the rest of it. No. But he goes into this really fast. He gets on Twitter, which we need to like expand our social media for this. So he gets on Twitter.
Social media manager. We need one.
There you go. So he gets on Twitter and he's like, I really am going to take my dog to Chick-fil-A or something like that. And he gets so much hate on Twitter. They're like, how could you? How could you, Gabriel Iglesias? How could you? And he's like, how could I what? I don't understand.
Gay people, yeah,
how could I what?
gay.
Yeah.
Right,
he didn't understand what was going on until somebody took him aside and went, hey, so this happened with this company and this is their stance. How could you? And he went, because I like free food. That's why I did it. And it's like, well, yeah. Of course, I'm paraphrasing in my own words.
That he's just basically, he didn't know and he would have like changed his mind, or you know what I'm saying, like.
Nah, man, we don't smoke.
Is that it? Or they're just like, I can't believe. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, they thought that he supported Chick-fil-A, and he really didn't, because with Chipotle, which I almost slipped up, he like plugged them on Twitter, and they sent him a card. They said, this is good for free Chipotle for a year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he's a big dude, so he used it.
Yeah.
You know?
But was Chipotle not with gay people? I don't know. They had a good thing.
I don't know about Chipotle.
You segue from Chick-fil-A to Chipotle for a minute.
I don't think
I just
so.
want to make sure I get my shit correct.
No, my whole thing with Chipotle is that they have like salmonella in their spinach more often than they don't for a long time back in the day.
Well, is that
There's news programs about that all the time.
Is that the fact that salad's out to kill us? I saw that thing about vegetables are poisoning us.
Vegetables are, of course they're poisoning us. The trees are farming us. You didn't know that? The trees are farming us for our CO2 and then whatever nutrients they could suck out of our dead bodies once we're rotting in the ground.
Wow, no, that's a different tangent. Hold on. Pin that one for a second. Hold on. It's too far down that hole. I'm on level 3. Level 3. So, about how there's all these carcinogens and toxins in vegetables, and you can have all the huge amount of toxins and carcinogens in these vegetables that we eat, and they're talking about how their only defense mechanism is to do this because they don't want to be eaten.
Is that so that way we can buy more supplements from the National Supplement Factory?
No one was selling anything other than knowledge. I didn't have to buy anything.
But where's that knowledge coming from? This is like really. This is a key of like makes me question everything.
And you research yourself, but it's something I've actually heard as well before. And if you think about it biologically, and I kind of agree with this, that vegetables were a supplemental food, so they died kind of thing. That's all you had around. Maybe we got used to eating them. But fruits, roots, nuts.
We're all designed to be omnivores and eat everything anyway.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Okay, different segments of humans, and you could be more
like
homogeneous
pineapples
and different and more Neanderthal. And anyhow,
pineapples
100%.
are great because they are literally trying to fight back as you eat them. Like, I understand that. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Is that why it itches your mouth?
Yes, that's exactly why it itches your mouth, because the pineapple doesn't want to be eaten. It's trying to live too. And yeah, I get that.
What do you mean? Like, what's going on biologically?
Chemically, there's a chemical in the pineapple, and I don't understand it completely, but since you're on this tangent, I'm just going to talk about it.
Yeah.
There's a chemical in the pineapple that tries to erode your flesh as it's being eaten. But unfortunately for the pineapple, it is more delicious than it is effective at killing us back. So we kill it before it kills us.
So basically, why we're to digest it, it's like the pineapple sit in our mouth.
Maybe, but your saliva would try to protect yourself, and you have survival instincts yourself that would prevent it from happening. But yes, everything is trying to live and fight in the way that it can. Like, I don't understand this. They sold us
seed carrier. Like, fruits are made to be delicious, so animals will eat that.
But
shit.
apples also have cyanide in the seed. You're not supposed to eat the seed.
Yes, you know. God damn it. Yeah. Anyway, so
I get it, dude. Like, I get what they're trying to say, but I think it's a scare tactic to be like, don't eat fruits and vegetables. Buy our national supplement that is totally safe, made in a laboratory for you to consume.
It's about eating fruits, nuts, roots, and then animal flesh.
But yeah, I just don't get it, dude. There's a whole movement out right now on Facebook, really, which is why I got fired up.
As natural as I can. This is really what it is. Like,
you got to eat as less processed as you can.
Really, exactly. Exactly what it is going back to non-processed foods, and from there, I think it might have a lot to do with depending on the person and all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
like, you may be perfectly healthy eating lots of meat.
But there's been disinformation campaigns out there that take us away from the more natural and or quote unquote natural and organic, or as our grandfathers used to say, milk, eggs, and meat, instead of natural and organic, to scare us to not eat the things that we should be eating and eat more processed bullshit and have more supplemental crap.
Just don't eat processed foods. Really, not a gross.
Yeah, well,
you know exactly what was that raised in and everything, and you're not dependent on the meat market.
And it's all planned, to tell you the honest truth. I'm not saying that all supplements are bad, but I am trying to say that you should probably get the majority of your vitamins from fruits, vegetables, nuts, natural meats, that kind of crap.
But, lectins, natural proteins that heat up your gut, and tomatoes and all this other weird shit.
Yeah, they're trying to live too, and they have defense mechanisms, and it might work against little smaller bugs to keep from being eaten, but larger mammals that it wants to have eat, and then we've spread our shit everywhere so that way it can grow again. That's part of its reproductive plan.
Let's go down to more information. I believe it is banana tree. Once and dies, maybe?
Oh no.
I know that I'm not 100% sure, but I am 100% sure. I just read that honeybee produces
a teaspoon of honey takes its entire life. Has to
a teaspoon, yes.
Teaspoon has
It's
to gather all that
work.
from 1,000 flowers, and then it dies, right?
Yep.
So
in just a matter of days.
Yeah, 40 days. 40 days. So,
but honey is the only food that hasn't been killed or killed something in order to be produced. Like, it is the purest form of veganism out there, and vegans won't even eat it because it's an animal product. Quote unquote, an animal product.
Man, such limited food options. What are they eating? Fuck, honey's delicious. We need bees too. I don't know if your wife's cool with that, but we get some bees. A little bee farm maybe.
I'm not kidding, dude. We should buy a plot of land, start a bee farm.
Fucking
Start a bee farm, and then we'll buy the next plots and make them hemp farms, and there you go.
I want to be out there working on that shit though. Fuck.
Because we're lazy, and we'd rather listen to podcasts than stare at flashing boxes.
Yep.
Flashing color boxes.
Well, I mean, it's just like driving out there just for that. Like, if we lived out there and you were there, like, you know, that's one thing. I was kind of sad about the Amway thing, too, but it's all right.
The Amdroid thing?
Amway
thing?
Amway.
Oh, the Amway property?
Yeah. It's all right, though. We're still looking. Doesn't mean there's... Because I was looking at, like, where the floodplains were. We was like, oh, there's got to be something else that way.
There is. There's all kinds of stuff, like southeast. But let's not put that on the podcast.
That's just like... There's nothing specific about that. By the way,
Three
folks,
of us that are going to listen.
We have other avenues of our life we look at. We look at properties. Mm-hmm. They already know what town we live in from, you know, coffee times.
The avid listeners will understand that we are somewhere in the Southwest. I don't know. There's a certain era of professionalism and consumerism that I want to add to the podcast, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, no, we're here, we're doing it, whatever.
Again, natural. It was there, man. It came out, you know. It's not like, by the way, Wendy's.
I'm not gonna
go to Wendy's.
I'm not gonna.
I always eat Wendy's when I
go. Have you eaten cereal grillers though?
What the fuck is cereal grillers?
You haven't eaten at cereal grillers?
No. What is that?
If you like, I know you do the cheat day every once in a while, but go to cereal grillers. It's delicious.
Well,
local. They started out as a local pizza chain establishment, Italian food kind of thing.
Okay.
And they have like their menu items are serial killers. Like or like from movies, like you could get a Jason. Or a Hannibal Lecter or something like that. Yeah, it's delicious. It's delicious food. It's just named really messed up.
Nice gimmick.
Yeah, it is, and they've got 3 of them now. They started out as one here locally. Now they're starting to chain off. So yeah, it's right there on Speedway. They just moved. Now they have a taco place where they're at.
What? It's tacos?
Yeah. I could tell it's the same guys. It's the same company, you know, the same parent company that owns these 3 different restaurants around town. But Cereal Grillers is where it's at.
So it's different restaurant, different themes, but kind of the same motif.
Yes. So no, not the same motif. Not even the same motif. It's just the same artwork and marketing.
Well, I guess like instead of pizza at one place, again, you get tacos over here, but it's the same kind of like serial killer thing.
No,
okay.
It's named something completely different.
Okay.
And but the artwork is the same.
Okay, I get it.
Does that make sense? Like the font is the same. The name is changed, and it's like Mexican. And then you got Cereal Grillers, which is like just pizza, American, Italian kind of a vibe. And then there's another one that's more upscale pizza. It's right there next to that Sprouts.
What's it called?
I don't know what the hell it's called off the top of my head, but it's on the corner. It's got a brewery right next door to it that's done by the same guys or something like that. They're always like, we're looking for professional beer tasters. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, fuck. Hop something or whatever.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all the same conglomerate.
Yeah.
Bravo to them. They have got a brilliant business plan. But
See how natural that was?
Yeah.
This fucker should reach out and give us a free lunch.
Free lunch. Yeah, we listened. You suck. Here, we know you're not going to make money, so have it.
Ah, shit. When you get famous, someone reaches back to episode 8 or whatever this is.
6. Because you skipped last week, but we won't go into that.
No, fuck that. I was sick. Again, people, your personal, mental, and physical health are paramount. You would have only heard some shameless plugs for Alka-Seltzer flu and cold tablets last week from me.
And some incoherent babble. I've been around you when you're sick. You don't do well.
No.
All right, let's get walking.
Now we're going to walk. Oh, yeah, exactly. So.
But I think video would really do well for our podcast kind of thing.
I would really like, again, some sort of like YouTube cartoon kind of shattered thing.
I tried to get my son to do that, and he spent like 5 seconds on it, realized that he couldn't master it, and said, I give up, I quit.
Yeah, we just got to find someone. We got to be like, how much is it per segment? Like, this is what we want. How much you going to charge to do this and that? We kind of just go from there.
Just go on Fiverr, get some gig worker.
I thought about it, yeah.
Do it for $3.
Something. I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, we start a team from there, and I'm serious. And a social media manager, and it's not that we couldn't, but I don't want to, or and that's not my thing. If I hire someone to do that shit, that's why you make a team.
Yep.
I love the new business aspect. In the 90s, everything was like on your own, everything's by yourself, can't trust anyone, everything's you. Now they're just like, I'm not an accountant.
Dude,
I'm not a fucking
okay.
CPA.
So
I'm not this.
Alex Hormozy goes in on this. He has a short out there that I was watching the other day, and he's like, yes, you should hire for your deficiencies where you're deficient at. Like, if you have to explain to somebody what you want and what you need, that's probably not the person for you. But if they're telling you and you learn something from their interview, then that's probably the person that you need to hire.
Yeah, knows a little bit more about what you need than you do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, all right.
That's good advice.
If you could tell me about, I don't know, my son was blatantly explaining it to me.
Yeah.
How he could take our little pictures and articulate them.
Yeah, oh yeah, it'd be pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't for him. But he explained it to me, what we needed and what we needed to do and all this stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. That makes sense. Do it. And then he went, nope.
Whatever.
Yeah, well.
We'll get someone we can actually hold accountable, and that's fine. Family is great and all, but again, everything has to do with that personal
That's just
aspect.
the thing. I was trying to let him build the skills and the things that he's interested in doing. I was going to let him go all day long.
No, it would have been great for a team member that way, but, maybe in a few years when he's more mentally...
Stable?
Yeah. Is that a clubhouse or like a bird cage or a kid cage? There's a ladder.
Like a random kid cage to me.
And it looks like they made a clubhouse, but there's like, we're going to cage it up so you can't fall out.
Yeah, that's probably what that is.
Anyway, that reminded me of those like
gosh, there's a property I got to show you, dude.
Back in the day.
There's a property I got to show you. There's a... So there's this pool, right?
Okay.
And this dude, he used to be a brother. He was a electrician because he's got bugs all over his house, and his like electrical is clean. Really good electrical work. And right in the backyard, we go to discover the backyard. There's a pool. There's like a living area. It's really cool. And I'm looking around at the neighborhood, and there is a child's like clubhouse, treehouse thing up with a perfect view of that pool. And I laughed my ass off. I was like, well, he must have had a really good looking wife or daughter or both because of where that thing was.
Someone's just like, we're putting this right up
We're
here.
putting this right here. Not only are we putting the door facing the pool, we're going to put a window next to the door facing the pool too. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Opens up there and just sits in there all...
Oh, creepy status, just looking. What am I going to discover today?
Shit. That's like... I don't know, it's too much.
I thought it was clever. I laughed.
Okay, but goddamn, can't drool over the window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
people do it all the time, though. They do. They'll sit there. Anyway.
yeah. Anyway, Native Americans used to use a turtle shell as a calendar.
Here's a segue for you.
I learned
Turtle
that.
as a
That
calendar.
was cool.
You're talking about the 13...
So all turtles have the same number of segments in their shell, so that's really cool to know. They've got 13 in the middle, pair by pair, down by down, and then 28 all the way around the shell.
28 all around the...
So you can use it as 13 months and then 28 days for each month.
That's kind of cool.
And I was like, that's fucking really interesting and some good knowledge.
Yeah, a guy I work with, he is really all about the native... it's not Aztecan native lure and culture and stuff. He is like all about the turtle and the pagan gods from that region of the world. And he was telling me about that too. And I was just sitting here thinking like, wow, 13 months in multiple different cultures. Because if you think about it, the
fucking lunar calendar is way more accurate than the fucking solar calendar.
Well, let's not go into that, because then we'll be Arabian sympathizers, and we don't want to be Arabian sympathizers because we're Americans.
Oh, really? Is that where that's coming from? Because it's Native American, or as they say, First Americans now.
The indigenous people.
The indigenous people. So whatever the fuck. And then, basically I have no allegiance to the Roman Catholic dogma.
Yeah.
So that's where we get our regular calendar from. Look it up, people. Look it up.
Exactly.
The Roman Greco fucking whatever.
Uh-huh.
And they actually learned that they changed 2 of our months.
Yes,
August and July. Julius
Why?
Caesar and Augustus Caesar.
Yeah.
Fuckers. Anyway, go ahead.
So the other region of the world that also has 13-month calendars, some pagans in the like Norse mythology, Celtic era region too. So that's two different cultures in history with the same ideology. Go figure that out.
Tons, yeah. There's tons of people, tons of cultures that use the lunar calendar. Much more accurate than the solar
You know what's
calendar.
awesome about the podcast is that I can hear you what you're saying right now then, but I can't hear you now.
Hey, Pomeranians. I have this low tone thing where I kind of like get to the pitch where I go right underneath where someone can hear me for some reason. I do
I'm like...
I do that a lot. People are like, I can't hear you. And I'm like, oh, sorry.
I'm deaf as sin anyway, so that's the thing that happens. I can't hear squat, and then I go back and I listen to our episodes, and I'm like, that's what he was talking about. That is even more hilarious than what I was laughing at originally.
Now I got to learn how to maintain my tone. It's either good, a little high, or like way low. I need to just stay in that perfect pitch.
Stay in that perfect pitch.
Yeah, it's good.
That
See this voice training?
radiocaster voice.
See, we're voice training. Look at all this benefits, folks. God, get your ass out and record some shit, man. Life's entertaining. Show some more people.
Control your own destiny.
Like, there are fucking people out there making money just walking around showing people how they're hiking. There's people who just like go to abandoned places and film that shit.
I know, and here
You know
we
what I mean?
are. Here we are. What's weird and funny today? Well, I don't know if it's
everything.
so funny, but we've definitely been weird.
This is this guy's great brainchild idea years ago. We've had some pretty interesting conversations that I wouldn't mind listening to again, and I'm sure some other folks would find interesting. And we do have those personalities everywhere we go. We are pretty entertaining.
That's true. That's true.
I went to Panda Express last night. And,
shameless plug, Panda. Hook
they're
us
not
up.
bad. Once in a while, I got some orange chicken. Come on.
Dude,
orange
that's my
chicken,
wife's
some fucking
favorite
fried
restaurant.
rice. God damn, right?
My wife's favorite restaurant.
One bad meal a week. But anyway, the poor manager came up and, like, I'm ordering my thing, and she's like, fried rice. And, the gentleman in the back, like, he, kind of low tone, like, got it, or fried rice, or like, I heard him. And then she asked me again what I wanted, and she repeated back to him, he's, fried rice. And he's like, I got it. I looked at him and I was like, I heard you, and mouthed it to him. And he just started fucking laughing because I'm like 2 feet further away from him than she is. And she caught some giggles, so she turned back and started looking at him. And the poor guy was like, oh, went back to work. And she was a little snippy after that.
Is it that Asian one over there on Grant and Swan? Oh, sorry. I just outed us. I'm like, don't do that. No, you can't do that. No.
Yeah, no, not that person. No, it was actually completely different.
That lady, have you been to that location though? That lady, dude, she has no chill. She has no sense of humor. She is very much like stone-faced killer kind of a lady.
It's, I don't want to say cultural or generational, but the older, because she reminds me of another lady at the sushi restaurant. She's like, we call it a sushi mama. Sure, she's a little less, like fun looking. You want to see in her face, but efficiency, professionalism.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fine balance with all of it. Sure,
I'll bet when the professional gloves come off for them, they are like the most loving, laughing kind of people.
Exactly.
But when they're at work, it's just straight like
business.
The soup Nazi from Seinfeld. Have you ever remember that?
I've seen
like, I'll bet you that guy, when he unloads, he like laughs and has so much fun, and at work he's just very no superior.
Well, I get it, honestly. Being in that other side, I wish there were some rules and standards that people had to adhere to like that, because there's a lot of times being in that service point, I'm just like, I don't want to serve you because you have your phone. Put your phone away. I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah, weren't you talking about
if you
training
get the fuck
your
out of
customers?
line? Exactly, yes. You need to train the customers what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. Because, again, for example, you don't go to a bank teller and start cursing at them. You don't go to a fucking cashier at a fucking grocery store and curse at them, do you? But you will damn sure, for whatever reason, yell at the fucking fast food worker or the convenience store worker.
Yeah, why?
It's because the business allows the customer to get away with that.
Oh, man.
It's a cultural thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just... Again, there's other things, like someone told me in a grocery store, there are people like, will throw shit. They'll like just straight up like throw shit at you.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Again, it's just different people's way of they believe, it's what's acceptable or, what's not acceptable for whatever service they are being provided, because they're the customer. They have the right to treat you like dirt because you want their money. And people it's just a cyclical cycle because they get treated like dirt at their job location. So then it's their turn to treat someone like shit or, have their whims and wishes fucking fallen over. So
yeah, it's that pond and the pebble theory where you throw a pebble into the pond, you might not see the ripples immediately, but they do span up.
Yeah.
And if you treat somebody with kindness, then it's really, what's the word I'm looking for? Infectious?
Yeah, it is infectious, and the same thing with being rude, like a smile or whatever. So, like, it's, when you have a bad day and make someone else have a bad day, it is, I've seen it happen. I've witnessed it happen. I've done it unintentionally. I've seen the other effects, positively. It's tough. I saw it was a meme on whatever platform, but it was the boss yelling at the man worker, the man going home and yelling at the wife yelling at the kid yelling at the cat, over a situation that everyone could have been more understanding or lenient or compassionate about.
Yeah, well, there's something along that effect where you have to be the generational shield too, because I'm gonna step into that dad clothes right now, and you have to be the generational shield, and you have to protect your children from that. There's a whole lot of stuff that I had going on that I tried not to bring home and dust off, but it's hard. It still gets there, but it's like. Yeah, definitely. There's a somber, sad note for you at the 30-minute mark. All right. Dun, dun, dun.
I feel like an EG's for some reason or a smoothie.
What was that thing that you brought up yesterday that you were trying to get me to talk about? You're like, this is weird. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm not in that mode right now. I'm in real estate mode. I gotta, get this stuff done.
Don't remember. Maybe the turtle thing.
Well, you started talking about the turtle thing, but then there was something else that you wanted to talk about too, and it was just like, whew. Cool.
Right.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll end this episode.
As we explore our professional opportunities for more success, such as right there, pulling out some sort of pad or episode journal or idea topic page or something to come back to.
Yeah,
that's a good example.
That's a great example. We just write ideas back and forth to each other.
Well, just again, having something to refer to. So one, we can not say have dead space, but I go, do you want to talk about? Oh, that's a good thing. 6-7 minutes of conversation there. Or, hey, what was that Thursday? Hey, write that down so we can come back to it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Or
we hold each other accountable. If I do that, hey, write that down. Right? No, fucking write it down.
I was thinking about just messaging you on Facebook, just using that as the idea format, just like, hey,
How we have it to be able to reference back to, that's something we can get better at. Is this computer store even open anymore?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, but they have proper 9 to 5 hours. All right, so it's an election year. Do you want to get political?
Julian's already like, are you a Trumper? And I'm like, well, I guess.
Oh my God.
I guess you want to have sex with me, so I guess I have to answer that. So what?
That depends. What is the answer you're looking for in a way that I will be able to take off your clothes later? What?
So I'll be honest with you. That's one of those things that, to me, you have to be emotionally mature enough to handle the conversation. What I mean is, just as I may not vote for someone doesn't mean I can't respect them in a moment here or a moment there, or, just because I don't agree with everything that they, are about.
Yeah.
As much people don't want to, and I'm not saying he is this way, but I want to compare him a little bit to Kennedy for a minute.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You want to go there?
Yeah.
Let's not get any hate mail.
No, 60% fans, 40% haters, Wayne.
All right. Well, you are going to be responsible for all of those emails.
And that's how we got popular.
Suck a fart. Reply. Suck a fart. Oh man.
I think I'm just going to do a strawberry smoothie today.
Yeah, it's time to get some drinks on. I'm going to pause this and come back.
Yeah, just strawberry banana smoothie.